Hi, this is Kat Hildebrand, and this is my book critique number 6, my final book critique. My first book is called Cinderella or the Little Glass Slipper. I'm pretty sure we all know the story of Cinderella. The young girl whose father dies, and she grows up with a mean stepmother and stepsisters, and then is blown away by the handsome prince, and she lives happily ever after. This is one of my favorite stories, and so I made it my feature book. Lesson number 1 is a language arts lesson for 4th grade where the students will be creating a timeline following the character development of Cinderella and what she goes through throughout the story and how she reacts. They will be using Sutori, which is an awesome platform that I found for the timelines, and then at the end of the week the best timelines will be shared with the class. And once that's done, the students will work together and they will create one big timeline based off the information that they learned from their own personal work. Lesson number 2 is another language arts lesson for 6th grade, where the students will be working with Adobe Spark to create a poem that they'll write based off Cinderella and how they have that effect in their personal life. So they read Cinderella and then they create something on their personal life but based on Cinderella. And then the Adobe Spark will be used to create a slideshow with their voices in the background. So you'll see an example of that. And then the best ones will be presented to the class. Okay, artifacts. This is the slideshow. So this is Sutori. And so I just created a very simple character sketch timeline. But it's an awesome site. And so it goes through and you fill in question and answers. So effects. How did she react? Main event for the plot twist was meeting the prince, and then they lived happily ever after. So that's Sutori. And then my Adobe Spark video is actually based on a poem that I wrote for on a book called A River Between Us, which I touched on in a previous lesson. Okay. I am from showboats, from petticoats, and concealed like cotton between rows. I am from the heart, and running in my veins it flows. The blood of a slave condemns, yet forgoes. I am from morals, sun-kissed skin and secretive sighs, gripped by my past, a noose that never lets go. I am from passion, the plague, the lowest of the low, the sweat of a slave shed between rows. I am from confidence, a woman forged in stone, dreams of a mother which determine fate, the deliverance of a daughter, opening closed gate. I'm from an illegitimate protector, a fatherless freedom, from the dream of deliverance, sacred and sought after like a prayer and religion, from southern French riches that reside in a world where black women are bitches, and mothers' sons die in war. From forced love yielding life, and the pain of a country broken, from shards of color piercing its whole, from where black merits the whip, where white's the whip control. I'm from the belief that my life can change, run, fight, or die, better than being a slave. I'm from the religion that to escape is salvation, any price worth the pain. Contained and detained in bondage is to live a life in vain. From the mother of color and the sister beside me, each step of the way my skin veiled to hide, on my mouth a fake name. Fairy books read us, concealed all the lies. Our hearts were to lead us to love, to new life. If found, we were traitors and destined to die. But found we were not, our stars realigned. Okay. The rest of my books, the first book is The Rooster Crows. a book of American rhymes and jingles, and I think this book is so cute. It's got great little jingles. It's got jump roping songs in it. So I think it's poetry. It's really, really well illustrated. Next one is Madeline's Rescue, which I used to watch as a kid, which is why I chose it, because it's a video as well, and it's wonderful. It's the sequel to the original Madeline, and in this one, Madeline falls off the bridge and is saved by a dog, and they keep the dog and they keep it as their friend, and then the landlord gets really mad at them, and then they live happily ever after with a lot of very interesting things with the dog and the landlord. Next one is called Frog Went to Courting, which is an awesome little book. And this very, very elegant frog goes to courting, and he finds a lot of little friends. And it's a great story of their friendships and their interactions. And then Babushka and the Three Kings, which I read every single Christmas as a child. Babushka is a woman who waits and waits and waits for Jesus to come, and she helps these men, and they're the Three Kings, and it's beautiful, and yeah, it's a great book. And that is the end of all my book critiques. Thank you so much.